When you're coping well with the ups and downs of life, when your thoughts are rational and your emotions are calm, you are said to be functioning within your window of tolerance. The window of tolerance was originally described by Dr. Dan Siegel as the optimal zone of arousal. If you stay within your window of tolerance, you're able to process and successfully respond to the demands of everyday life. So let's imagine you get a phone call from your boss and she asks you to do additional work over the weekend. Now that stressor may increase your level of arousal, maybe even to put you at the edge of your window of tolerance. But if you're still within that window, you can handle the stress and stay clear-headed. During times of extreme stress, you can move outside of your window of tolerance into a state of hyper-arousal. The sympathetic nervous system is ignited and the fight or flight response activated. In this state, you may feel angry, irritable, chaotic, hypervigilant, anxious, have racing thoughts and a sense of restlessness. Hyper-arousal results in the deactivation of your prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for executive function such as attention and impulse control. When the prefrontal cortex is essentially shut down, it's very difficult to think clearly and rationally. Stress can also make you plummet into a hypo-aroused state. The parasympathetic nervous system is engaged and you freeze in response to stress or danger. In this state, you may feel overwhelmed, emotionally numb, exhausted, lack motivation and feel depressed. Your body posture may collapse or curl up in a ball and you may disconnect or dissociate in order to cope. So in the hypo-aroused state, you have essentially shut down. Everyone's window of tolerance is different. For example, Peter has a wide window of tolerance for meeting deadlines and working evenings and weekends. Peter can tolerate the intensity of work well and the associated emotions. But Peter's window of tolerance quickly narrows when he's in a potential conflict situation. His blood begins to boil and he quickly moves into a hyper-aroused state of rage. At this point, Peter's emotions are intense and difficult to manage. We all have different windows due to factors such as childhood experiences, social support, coping skills and our neurobiology. For example, trauma survivors often have narrow windows and tend to spend a lot of time in a hyper or hypo-aroused state. Now, the good news is that you can widen your window of tolerance and therefore increase your ability to manage stress. For example, if you are hyper-aroused, you might find it helpful to use techniques that settle your mind and body, such as mindful breathing, listening to calming music, going for a gentle walk or talking to a friend. If shifting from a hypo-aroused state, this tends to require getting more active, so going for a brisk walk, doing some exercise or engaging socially. Stimulating the senses via smell or touch, listening to uplifting music or eating some food with a strong taste or crunchy texture. Psychological therapy may also widen your window as it can provide an external source of safety, a protected space and a personal connection with someone. So you can learn to modulate your internal states, to raise arousal levels when too low and to shift them back down when too high. So by monitoring and modulating your internal state, you can increase resilience and promote self-regulation. I've added links to a number of helpful exercises in the description box below. You might also be interested in the video on the screen now. Just click the screen to view the video. And I look forward to seeing you soon with more mental health tools and strategies.